Welcome to Secure Your Benefits, the channel where we break down the latest updates on Social Security, veterans' benefits, and everything you need to know to protect what you've earned. If you're a veteran, someone receiving Social Security, or both, this video is for you. We're diving into what's new in 2025, how these two vital systems work together, and what steps you can take to make the most of your benefits. Let's start with Social Security. As of June 2025, the Social Security Administration continues to send monthly payments to more than 70 million Americans. That includes retirees, people with disabilities, survivors, and their family members. Earlier this year, beneficiaries received a 3.2% cost of living adjustment, commonly known as COLA. While it's lower than the record-setting 8.7% COLA in 2023, it still helps protect the value of your benefits in the face of rising prices. If you've noticed your grocery or utility bills creeping up, you're not alone. And that COLA bump, while helpful, may not be enough on its own. Now, for our veterans out there, first of all, thank you for your service. The benefits you've earned through the Department of Veterans Affairs are separate from Social Security. That means if you're receiving VA disability compensation or a military pension, those payments typically don't affect your Social Security benefits. You can receive both, and for most people, that's a crucial financial lifeline. One thing that often causes confusion is how these two systems interact. Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, is based on your work history, just like retirement benefits. If you're a veteran and you've worked and paid into Social Security through payroll taxes, you may qualify for SSDI if you become disabled, regardless of any VA benefits you're receiving. In fact, veterans who have a 100% permanent and total disability rating from the VA are eligible for expedited processing of their SSDI applications. That's something many people don't know, and it can save months, sometimes even years of waiting. On the other hand, Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, is a needs-based program. It looks at your income and assets. If you're receiving certain VA benefits, especially a VA pension or aid and attendance, that income might lower or disqualify you from SSI. It's important to report all your benefits to the Social Security Administration and ask how they might impact your eligibility, especially if you rely on SSI to cover basic needs. Here in mid-2025, there have also been some updates from the VA that veterans need to be aware of. Under the PACT Act, signed into law in 2022, but continuing to roll out in stages, the VA has expanded coverage for veterans exposed to toxic substances like burn pits or Agent Orange. If you served in places like Iraq, Afghanistan, or Vietnam, you might now qualify for additional benefits, even if your claim was denied in the past. Veterans are encouraged to reapply, especially as new conditions are being added to the list of presumptive illnesses. These presumptives make it easier to get approved for disability benefits without having to prove the service connection all over again. For those who are aging and approaching retirement, there's another important interaction between these systems to keep in mind. If you're a veteran receiving VA disability and you're also eligible for Social Security retirement benefits, you can generally draw both at the same time. There's no offset. However, planning your retirement age still matters. You can start Social Security at 62, but if you wait until your full retirement age or even up to 70, you'll get a larger monthly benefit. This decision is especially important for veterans, since VA benefits don't increase in the same way with age. So if you're relying heavily on Social Security in the long term, delaying may be worth considering. Something else that's changed recently is how Social Security and VA are working together to streamline services. Since 2023, they've been sharing more data to help verify military service, which speeds up benefit processing and reduces the paperwork burden on veterans. This integration is expected to continue improving in 2025 and beyond. If you've served and you're applying for Social Security benefits, make sure your military service is noted properly on your application. It can lead to extra earnings credits for active duty service between 1957 and 2001, which might increase your monthly benefit. Many viewers of Secure Your Benefits also ask about spousal and survivor benefits when both Social Security and VA are involved. Here's the short answer. You can receive both VA and Social Security survivor benefits, but they are managed separately. A surviving spouse of a veteran may qualify for the VA's Dependency and Indemnity Compensation, DIC, and also receive Social Security survivor benefits depending on their late spouse's work history. These programs don't cancel each other out, but like everything else with federal benefits, they come with rules, timelines, and paperwork. If you are a veteran with children, it's worth noting that both systems also offer benefits for dependents. Social Security can provide benefits to your children if you're disabled or retired and have paid into the system. Similarly, VA benefits may be available to dependents of veterans who are permanently and totally disabled. These payments can help cover schooling, medical care, and more, but you have to apply. A lot of folks are also wondering whether veterans' benefits will be impacted by broader Social Security reforms. As of June 2025, there is no legislation that cuts veterans' benefits in connection with changes to Social Security. There are ongoing discussions in Congress about the long-term solvency of the Social Security Trust Fund, and proposals are on the table to raise the payroll tax cap or adjust full retirement age. But none of these proposed changes would reduce VA compensation or pensions. Still, it's wise to stay informed. If you rely on both systems, changes in one could still affect your overall financial planning. Another big question is, should you apply for SSDI or VA disability first if you're eligible for both? There's no single right answer. It depends on your circumstances. But one advantage of applying for VA benefits first is that if you are granted a 100% permanent and total rating, you can fast-track your SSDI claim. At the same time, SSDI has its own medical criteria and timeline, and it might take months to get a decision. That's why many veterans apply to both and let each agency decide based on their own standards. For 2025, both the VA and Social Security have invested heavily in improving digital access. You can now manage most of your claims, appeals, and payments online. If you haven't already, create a My Social Care account and register on the va.fo portal. These tools allow you to track benefits, update direct deposit info, and even receive notices electronically, helping you stay on top of your benefits without having to wait on hold for hours. Before we wrap up, here are a few things you can do right now. First, double-check your benefit status. If you are a veteran, make sure your VA rating is up to date and your address and bank details are current. For Social Security, log into your account and verify your earnings history. It affects how much you receive, and errors can reduce your future payments. Second, don't assume you're not eligible. If you've had a claim denied in the past, especially for VA benefits under the PACT Act, there's a good chance the rules have changed. Reapply or contact a Veterans Service Officer who can help guide you through the process. And finally, stay informed. Rules around Social Security and VA benefits evolve every year. That's why we're here on Secure Your Benefits to bring you timely, accurate, and easy to understand updates that help you make confident decisions for you and your family. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might need this information. Leave a comment below if you have a question or want us to cover something specific in our next update. Thanks for watching Secure Your Benefits. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of the benefits you've earned.